Hey everybody, Sean here, neverfreetoplay. A little bit of break this week from Terra Nil. Don't worry, I promise I'm going to come back and finish it, mostly because I don't think there's a ton left there and I am also having a blast. But Terra Nil came out this week, and it's a game I've been really looking forward to play. I've played a little bit already leading into this, but I just kind of wanted to have a chill session playing it. So I've beaten a couple levels so far, and I've done, the River Valley, which was the start. It was very similar to the demo, and I just did my first Desolate Island, and the shift in mechanics threw me off a bit. So I want to do another one, and I want to sit here and talk through it as I do it all with you. So strap in, and let's hop into Terra Nil. So I first found this game as a demo when I was looking for some chill things to play. So this is kind of when I was playing Kerbal and Actioneer, and then eventually led me to Dwarf Romantic. And but the demo for this game called Terra Nil was out at the time. Oh wow, it's a lot less ocean than I had on my previous map. It's gonna be interesting. And I was really intrigued with it. And so the premise of this game, if you haven't had a chance to look into it, it's kind of interesting. This is considered ocean tiles. This interior ocean is almost elevated from the rest of it. But it's kind of a city builder, but instead of building a city, what you're here to do is you're here to restore the ecosystem. I really wish those connected to the ocean, but alas. Try that out. As you can see here, it's a wasteland, and the initial goal of this game is to bring life and greenery back to everything. So there's various ways to do that, and depending upon the individual maps that you're playing, it varies. And so you can see, here the benefit is because so these are toxin scrubbers, and so it removes toxins from not just the earth, but also from the oceans. And so they normally take up 50 of your resource. But if you clean enough of, in this case, the ocean, because you get resource for cleaned ocean and for grass, for living things. So the clean soil here doesn't clean back up. But you can actually place these in a way where you clean enough ocean, you come out a net ahead. I'm not playing on a particularly hard difficulty for this game. I don't intend to ever play this game probably on a hard difficulty. If you're here watching me hoping to see how to become the all-you-can-be version of Terra Nil, I'm probably not the person for you. I'm here to just enjoy this game and what it lets me do, which is just have a little peace and bring beautiful nature things back to the world. And so that was our first irrigator going down. So the irrigator actually drops in, and you can see it sprays out. It pulls up water and it plants grass. So there's a little bit of min-maxing here. You can see as I place these, I get different amount of totals, but then I'm leaving, and so it's how complete do I want things to be, and yada yada and all that. But we'll drop both of those. So we've kind of set up our central area now. The first one we dropped was a water pump pulling in to refill the rivers. The windmill has to be built on bedrock for, I guess, a sturdy foundation. I want to see what else. Where else do I have that I can build off of? Think about that later, because I'm going to want to be able to get over here, because you can see these deep ocean sections are going to be important later. But for right now, we'll just focus on this guy right here. Purify some more ocean there. Open up some more soil to grow on. It's kind of funny because if you're only doing the land, it doesn't tell you that you're losing your 50 resource. But if you start picking up a little bit of ocean, it's like, oh, no, you're losing resources doing that. It's like, yeah. But let's try it. Throw our irrigator down. Right there. So these maps go through initial phases, and the main phase and goal I have here right now is just trying to return greenery and basically basic life back to this wasteland. And so that's in greenery and purified oceans. And so once you get that to 100%, you'll see the game kind of moves into another phase. So this will be a good spot because I'll be able to get a good amount of ocean purified here. That's a... Oh! Hold up. And much as I said, we're not taking this too serious. Notice using the back button since I shifted my mouse there by accident. Let's find where was that 21 spot. There it is. If you're wondering what's up over here, these are environmental factors, and so this is kind of the average temperature, and this is the humidity. And it gives you these objectives that as you reach up on these and you meet these criteria, one, it gives you a little bit of extra, essentially your construction points to work with, but you'll start to see this will actually have effect on things that we can see. So I'm actually trying to, I want to do the humidity first because moss on rock faces is the only one that has a less than certain temperature, and so I want to get that to make sure I get that. The one that I really look forward to sharing is when thunderstorms begin. You'll see why when we get there, although it's on these maps it's a little bit more of a challenge to get to that point. And the way you can do that is so affecting the land and certain things that you make will do that, but also using some of these tools. So the combustor burns out vegetation and it will increase temperature, and the cloud seeder will actually increase humidity. So you can see it actually, I can get a lot of humidity done right there by using this cloud seeder. So we'll do that. So again, the moss on rocks is greater than 50%. So let's see if we can find another one. 14. Alright. I think it's at greater. So not greater than equal to. So not quite enough. But we'll get there because we're going to put a windmill here. Actually, what will this guy... That's 5%. Might be worth it later on, but we'll find out. Alright. So, before we do that, let's do our... And then the irrigator's pretty fun because there's different patterns. So I think that plus 1 on. See, I got enough greenery that my humidity actually went up 1%. And so now rocks are going to grow, or moss grows on rock faces, right? So we got moss on rock faces. So it sometimes takes the game a little while, which makes sense. Things actually have to grow. But we'll come back here in a little bit, and what you'll see is actually that on our rocks and other things, we will start to see moss growing. Alright. Oh, and then that's actually a big one as you see it on the sides here. Okay. So I'm running out of kind of base stones that they give me, and we'll address that here in a second. But I'm going to use this guy first. So, anyone who knows me well will probably understand why I love this game so much. And if you watch your channel enough and you know that I'm in the Coast Guard, while the Coast Guard prides itself on its multitude of missions and such that it has, I'm a particularly big fan. Why is that better? Oh, because it gets the other layer up. So we'll do that. The big parts in the Coast Guard that I most enjoy as part of my personal service is we're actually stewards of the environment. Maybe stewards isn't exactly the right word, but we have a heavy hand in trying to care for and protect it. Did I shift my mouse again and miss a spot? Oh well. Trying to care for and look after the environment. So I've done things like fisheries law enforcement, and part of that has also been to make sure people weren't fishing in areas where endangered species, so like protected seal habitats and such. And I don't want to say pride's not the right word, although there is some of that, but I take satisfaction in doing with that. And so it's kind of what drew me to this game was, if these tools existed, and admittedly, I mean, some of them do, windmill, obviously, but yeah, trying to make sure that things are going to be there for us in the future is something that means a lot to me. Oops, that's not on. There we go. So you saw I just did there as I used the mineralizer. So mineralizer crystallizes the salt in the ocean to create rock. And so it actually has created rock down in the ocean. You can see it there. That I can now build my windmill on. And so that's quite useful. And so I've managed to expand my, essentially my useful areas where I can do stuff. So I'm actually going to build another one of those. And I'm going to do that guy, I think, right here. So I want to build another windmill here. That's going to allow me to, get another good chunk of this ocean. And also the edge of this island here. So we'll take a moment here to take a look at our objectives. So we're hitting to where, I need to start, if I want to get any more of these, I need to start raising the temperature. And so the next one really is going to be migratory birds. And so I could start doing burns, which would be useful. My only concern there is I can get more efficient burns so you actually see it, so the combustor here burns surrounding vegetation to increase atmospheric temperature. More carbon-dense vegetation is more effective. And so you can see there's a bit of a jungle there, and so I could wait and burn some of the jungle once I get to the point where I can make that, which will, I think, be here shortly. And I may find a better use of my time doing that. Put that over. I'd like to put we hit 98. So close. Alright. You know what? Let's do this. Build out this guy. Let's build out this guy here. Yeah. We'll get a little bit of more ocean. Hit 100% there. Game has a book, kind of gives you paths to do. So you can see this is cleaning surrounding oceans and reducing plant life. Next step is increasing biodiversity. And this might actually be one of my... Nope, stop game. One of my... what's going on? One of my favorite parts of the game. show you why in a second. Just want to get this last. Alright. You got a good amount of green. Right? Okay. So you can tell we didn't get everything. And some attempts we can do to correct that later on, you'll see. But we've got some options here to help us now increase biodiversity. So you can see from the straight gradient tool, I've now got these four quadrants in my circle, my little Simon Says meter. And so I have beaches, I have coral reefs, I have tropical forest, and I have mangroves. And so now it's trying to take this land that I've started to restore, instead of just being, field, one big meadow, it's trying to get it where now it has different environments. And so you can see a way to do this here is I can put this hydroponium in it, which will create wetlands. Now that converts my field into a wetland. And I just got an ideal placement, and that's actually, you can see the humidity conditions. So these tools start to have areas where they work best, which we didn't see in the stage 1 tools, where essentially they are best at doing certain things. So you can see the salinator here, I actually can't play that because my temperature is not high enough. And here my humidity is not actually high enough to be, it'll let me play, since I'm in kind of the hashed area, it'll let me play the shade cloth pillar, but I won't get as many natural resources for it. And so while I did say I'm not trying to min-max things, I also, still like to give it a shot. Let's look around here. So, I think would be great is to put together a little more marshland right here. You can see marshland actually do a pretty good job increasing. I'm gonna have to do burns because I'm gonna need liditariums here pretty soon. So let's go ahead and we'll take that hit. Yeah, that'll increase my temperature by 10. Where else can I get? Alright, so let's hit this guy. That's a nice burn. You can actually see I've now gotten this better soil, actually. So we'll do another burn up here. Going up to 15, so migratory birds have now returned. And just pull back a little bit here, because I think we'll see them. There they are. Essentially, what appear to be Canadian geese sprouting over my restoring ecosystem. And then, as we talked about, I am now up in the ideal condition for producing a litarium. So I'll show you what that will actually look like as soon as I find a good area for one. 32, 41, that sounds pretty good. And I've created a beach. And you can see my meters are filling up. Let's see here. I actually want to see if we can go back. I want to make. So essentially, you can see I actually have some mangroves here. But then this is marshland because it's too far away from the ocean. So this essentially is going to pump salt water up into it. Now expanded my mangroves. And we'll look at doing that over here as well. So I'm pretty close to actually hitting all that I need for the mangroves. So these are shake off pillars. Let's see what they do in a second. If I do this right. Connect. Oh, these two aren't close enough. Whoops. There we go. And I've started making forest. Now the downside is that rich soil didn't go anywhere. But I've got a bit of a way I can fix that. Because what I can do is I can play him. And I can get my growth back. These are my monorails. And we'll end up seeing a lot of them. What's my next milestone? Need to get my humidity up. Or my temperature up. Alright. Let's focus on some more beaches. So you can kind of see as you get into the later stages here, you know, you're bouncing back. You're trying to kind of re-optimize things. Yeah, so here I can get a little more ocean. I can clean up some more places, and I can irrigate. Now, I have a decision to make. Because I can beach this. And I think I will. I think I'm going to turn camera on. I'll throw one down here. That one actually ended up being a really good placement, because most of that ended up being mangroves, because it's pretty much surrounded by the salt ocean. So I didn't actually have to. You can see adding the salinity here really isn't going to give me a lot. I'm still coming up short on having enough. Alright. I'm gonna have to play this guy. Mangroves are done. This isn't really going to be worth it. But I'm gonna do it for a reason. Down the line that you'll see, I promise. Alright. Running out of good beach options here, so one. Nope. There we go, Sean. So I'm going to try something here. And so I'm going to put down a bit of a monorail network. See, those two don't connect, which is a bit of a bummer. But what I can do is system intermediary. So that's what I want, is I really want to place this guy. I'm gonna place him here. And we're gonna use the monorail to move him here. Sure, pulls it up, and if we deploy it, there. So we've kind of built out an area. And can I get him? I can't. I can end up playing him right there. And I can regrow a lot of my greenery over there. So monorails, this is the first, they weren't on the previous style map, and so they've been quite useful. One or two, it's anywhere useful for this guy to be. No, I probably didn't need to build him. I probably could have just moved one of the other ones. But, c'est la vie. Beach. Alright. I think now I would like to show you coral reefs. So coral reefs are pretty cool, because what you end up doing is you take your irrigator and you're going to convert it into a coral lab. You can tell I'm actually not in the perfect conditions for coral. I need a little bit higher temperature. So actually in that case, let's work on right here. Crabs! Now I wonder, here's a question. Can I do this? No, it won't let you move that guy. And that makes sense. Because I missed out because I hadn't placed that irrigator back there. I missed out on some of this. So, you can kind of see, you know, the strategy here. I could probably have been much more efficient with my buildings and yada yada. Like I said, not overly worried about it. That guy. It's only going to give me +2, but it's going to finish off good. Now we have ivy growths. Gone up high enough in temperature now that ivy growths have started. See, we have ivy growths, crabs on the beach, ferns on riverbanks. So let's go take a look. There's ferns. And then there's the crabs. Look at them. Just scutting all around. He just went underground. He went underground. Ah, they're all running. Oh, coconut palms. I don't think I noticed that last time. And then, what was the other one? Ivy growth. I think ivy growth is actually... I'll keep an eye out for it. Let's see here. We are almost in the ideal condition for that. So what we're actually going to have to consider doing here is a burn in order to up the temperature. Which is incidentally going to cost me. What's the highest temperature that I need? 35, I think. Oh, dragonflies are 100. We may skip dragonflies this time. Jellyfish mushrooms. What we're gonna do, so obviously I just lost a big chunk there. Can I get those monorail sections to connect? Cannot. Alright, think about that later. Because if nothing else, I should be... Ah, I overshot it! Oh, well. C'est la vie. Let me show you this. This guy. So now he's a coral lab. Which, yeah, he's grown coral, which is great. But he's on the surface. And so we're going to use monorail. Put him down in the ocean. Get ourselves... Actually, so there's my lab. And there's the core. He's too far away. Where else can we do some coral? This is nice deep ocean. This would actually be really good for corals. Let's do this. Let's have a little operation here. That guy there. I think it wound up being close enough. Yeah. The better I can connect these monorails now, you'll see the easier things will be later on in the game. It's going to be a little bit tough. I actually want an island here. Okay. Would love to pull that irrigator. But I just don't think I have any that can get close enough. What's this guy? He has to be in the ocean. So, well, let's see here. Since we're not really going for points, let's give it a try. I don't think. Put you there. Can I get you to connect? No. We're gonna end up having to go. I want that there eventually, I think, anyways. That's what I can do. Is I can connect it to him. You. So we're gonna build a little bit of a coastal roadway here. To connect in all my systems. Which is long and circuitous, but it's gonna be worth it. I'm gonna take this guy. First things first, I'm gonna re-energize. Right there. Now watch him go. And then I'm actually going to turn it into coral. I'm going to move them again. I'm going to put them out here. Yeah. We're going to get a lot out of him. Alright. Boned myself a little bit here, I think. With yeah. So these poles can only be built, and the fact that I burnt it out, I actually have put myself at quite a bit of disadvantage here. But ultimately still have enough. Almost well did as well. Okay. Can I grab this guy? So we need to plant more coral. And I think the best way to go about doing that convert it. Move it. And that ought to do it. Alright. So that'll clear out this phase, and so now we move into the third phase of the game. And here, so when I did the river level was you had a little boat that along the river would pull up everything, because the final phase here is you've made an ecosystem again, and now it's your leave no trace aspect. So there's just one other thing I want to do before we get there, and it's one of my favorite things to see in this game. So we're going to get some humidity going. Oop. Oh yeah, 100% humidity. I need just a little bit more temperature. So can I get what I need? And I've got. Oh, that window's so close. Oh, there are my coconut palms. I got it. Coconuts! Adorable. Right. Okay. So now we get thunderstorms. And just enjoy for a moment. Because this is my favorite part. Because I've done all this work at this point, obviously, the irrigation, all that. Once you get storms back, and it tends to be a late reward like this, it kind of takes care of itself. So things go green again, and they fill in, and obviously I get the points for it. Okay. So the difficulty we're looking at now is I have to pick up all this stuff. So we've done some work to make that happen. Because everything's going to get picked up via the monorails. And so, you know, I've got this nice long one here. And I've got the shorter one here. So I think... Watch this. That's awesome. So I moved a bunch of my robots. And what I can do now is I can connect to my monorail system. And I think if I build here. So now I've got my two big monorail systems are built, so I can go all the way from here all the way around. Okay. I think I'm going to want one that comes over here too. You'll see why eventually, I promise. I think I'm going to build you here. It's you here. So this is an animal observatory. And here you can actually find a way to essentially bring animals back to the world. And every ammo has a criteria it needs in order to appear. So, and I found all these last time. They need, it must be on a small island, and must be at least 10 beach tiles. And so we essentially have brought back tortoise. And now there's tortoise in the world. Manta ray we learned last time. 8 ocean tiles, 6 coral reefs, and rivers. So I need a coral reef that's near one of my rivers. And that's a little tough. But this right here might just work. And it did. So now, lucky, we'll see a manta ray. There he is. The parrots are really tough. We won't get them until the very end because they need to not see any buildings, and so I need to start actually cleaning everything up before I'm going to be able to pull the parrots off. But the flamingos are beach and wetlands. So that's right there. Why did that say updated? That's weird. See if I have a better option. Maybe this guy. There we go. Flamingos. We got 2. That's a flamboyance. Good to go. Reef shark. Like it to be warm. Like mangroves. Like coral. So I want coral and mangroves. Right there. Nailed it. There he is. Reef shark. And I want the whale. The whale, ocean, no land, very deep ocean. So I think that might just work. Yep, we got it. And so obviously I'm scanning specific locations, but it will, there she hasn't appeared yet. He is cleared. They'll appear anywhere in the map actually where the criteria is met. So like a whale could show up theoretically over here. Oh, jellyfish. Yeah. I love whales. I've seen a lot of really cool wildlife out at sea. You know, whether in my first or second career, military careers, but I've had hunted, fished there in the coral reefs. There we go. One of the coolest things I've ever seen is humpback whales. I've seen them breach out at sea, nothing else around, and it was quite the sight. So, see if we can actually see one humpbacks here before the end. Alright, back to getting everything packaged up, so leave no trace. So we need to get up here. I could get you to hook in the rest of that system. I don't know if you actually can. Can. Alright, well, I know what to do anyways. We're very nearly done. In fact, yeah. Watch this. Hopefully it wasn't too far away. It was too far away. Oh no! It's okay. little perfectionism that way. Might end up needing two, I think. Okay. I think that's everything. So I have really two things to help me do this. I have the recycling silo, which you can see there pulls in a bunch of buildings, and then I can pull it in. And then what the recycling beacon actually pulls in everything around a monorail station. As you kind of, the recycling silos don't pick up other silos, but the recycling beacon will pick up the silos. And so if there's things that are out of range, I can use them. So what I want to do here is I want to start with things that are furthest out. So it's going to be quite the trek, because if he's a little monorail there, he's going to come all the way around, come grab that guy. Watch him go. So, I hope I did this right. I'm just going to start pulling over. Ready to watch it all. My little fleet go. It's awesome. Pull them in. Pull them in. I wish they would pull in, like, if it was confident that there was nothing around the beacon or the monorail station, it would do it, and then that would be the end of it. But sadly, it does not do that. The thing I have to be careful here are poles. This pole got grabbed. It looks like one of the poles got grabbed. While that's going, see if this has enough. So I need tropical forest tiles. See if it has enough forest. A little short on forest. But clear up some of this. Now that I have cleared up that, I bet we can get Furby. Got it. Now, full parrots. Okay, let's keep going here. This guy. This guy. I think what I'm going to run into, these guys are going to be tougher to grab. So I'm going to use an extractor. Pull an extractor there. And I'll pull in an extractor. Oh, hold up. Make sure I got that guy. There we go. Good. And I'll pull in, I think, an extractor. There. We're gonna get to the end of this and realize we missed something, and it's gonna be semi-tragic, but it'll be okay. just about done. See, you get the last few, it tells you, which is nice. Pull that guy in, and that'll be it. Oh well, show up. Oh well. And that. And my little leftover tiles here get cleared out as it rains. And the trace is left. Wasteland Reflect. And that's Terra Nil. So, not particularly action packing. And obviously I'm not the best player at it. There's better strategies I'm sure here, but just extremely soothing. It's just nice to have a game that's, it's still consumerism, it's still bought the game, but I love it. Every game sold donates some money to protecting wildlife, and it's just nice to make some beautiful greenery. You can either end here, it actually does give you the option to appreciate, and it'll cascade around the cool wildlife. Yeah, and you get a shot of all the wildlife that are throughout your map. It's not actually an island, but tortoise populated there, so that's cool. We could have done one last burn, actually, and gotten dragonflies. I missed there again with dragonflies. But that's okay. You can click. You still scroll until the very end. The reef sharks are loving that reef. That's it. Hope you enjoyed this. Terra Nil, like I said, I think it's $25 right now. It just came out this past week. It's also available on Netflix Games. Great cause, great theme, and great game just to sit and relax to. Happy to hear any comments. Would love a like and a subscribe, but I just hope you have a great day. Go find something that you enjoy doing and have a good time doing it. I will try, but I am never free to play. Take care, everyone.